one of the things that I've kind of just from reading and seeing, and it's something that I've done a lot myself, is kind of attending courses and, just trying to better yourself, self-development and everything. And that's something that's kind of you've done a lot of, and
Yeah.
kind of on your journey, kind of made realization. And sometimes I suppose seeing the trickery that's involved with some of these companies, because I've seen a lot of that, and I've been to events where I knew somebody that was organizing it, so I got to go out with the speakers, and you see them on stage with, like, you're just in awe of them. And then when I was out with them, I was like, these people are lost. Like, that these aren't the same people that you think in your head. And you might kind of take people through your journey of self-development, because I mean, you've done a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, when the disillusionment came in, I started reading a lot, reflecting. Like over a period of 2 years, I was reading a book a week, maybe. So I went through a lot of the books and a lot of the self-help material as well. I went to Canada, met Bob Proctor, who was part of the secret team as well. And again, in theory and some of the things I learned from him till today, I'm thankful. But there is always that salesy part which I never liked, and they sort of suck you in to sign a new deal. But the reality is, self-help is, if you read one book, you've read them all, honestly. After years of reading so many, if you want to really help yourself, you take one book and just apply every single rule in it and move with action. They all work. They really all work. But you sort of get sucked in, and you're in that seminar and you feel so good. And when you get back home, it's a completely different feeling because you're away from the environment and you feel like maybe there's something you're not doing. So it affects you because even the title of self-help means you need help. It means you're broken. And it cannot go on for long. It has to be something that is like, I saw a therapist once, and he told me at the end, he said, if you're still coming to see me after a year, that means you're not improved. So there's no point for you coming back. We have a problem, you solve it and you move on. Same thing with self-help. And of course, I'm not, there are a lot of people who have deeper trauma, who need to go through longer times. I'm not saying, I'm talking about somebody like me who's gone through some issues, obviously. But self-help is a great way to start, I think, your journey into self-awareness. But at the end, you have to get into action. You really do. And what I fear is these self-help you tend to get stuck into them. And one of my essays, I called this, I became like a self-help junkie. I would jump from one guru to the other. I finished it with Tony Robbins and going to his seminar in, where was it? In Wembley, I think it was in England, but he was amazing. He's a force of nature, honestly. He really is a force of nature. But then he's like a magician, because a week after you step out of his spell, you feel like, what is he? Nothing new. He hasn't taught me anything new. But he sets up the environment. It's fantastic. You meet people there, the energy, the music, so it definitely leaves a mark. But I feel like, for me, if you want to start with self-help, I think there's no one better than Tony Robbins still today. Maybe he's getting older, but there comes a time where you use him as a takeoff, and then you start doing the work on your own. Nothing else is going to work. There's no let's put it this way: there's no shortcuts, like quick fixes, and we are always looking for that.